The School Creative Centre is a studio facility for, at the moment, approximately 30 artists who have studio spaces here. We are also a place that encourages and promotes the development and the creation of work. So we have a number of artists at any given time working on a number of projects. What we aren't is a community centre, and we're not an arts centre in the kind of conventional sense, I suppose. So we're not open every day to the public, but we are open every day to the artists who come and work here. We run a range of workshops and performances and events to which we open our doors to the public. Yeah, that's what we are. The School Creative Centre came into being in 2009 when we produced a large-scale theatre piece here as a result of Arts Council funding to develop audiences, which is why the performance took place in this building as opposed to a theatre, because there aren't that many theatre spaces around here. And the idea was to take the performance into communities and environments so that audiences could access the work without having to travel to London, for example, to go and see a show. So the show had 11 professional actors and a community choir of 30, and we did 12 performances here. And that was as a result of having done a showcase during the R&D phase in the fish factory over the river, and being made aware of the potential of this building during that time. But in order to secure the building to do the production, we had to find a use for it before and beyond the life of the production. And that's why and how we put together a proposal to run it as a creative centre with all the things that we now do inside it. Encouraging collaboration, multidisciplinary work is a big part of what happens here. Inevitably, I think, because we have so many different artists practicing in so many different fields. So as a kind of natural thing, they meet each other, they talk, they discuss possible projects that they might want to do, or ways in which they might want to collaborate and produce multidisciplinary work. So, for example, we had a live artist who collaborated with we have a weaver here, and he wove a huge skirt out of underwear for her, and the performance took place underneath the skirt. We've also had artists collaborating, visual artists collaborated with a digital sound artist to create an installation piece. And we also support and mentor artists through Arts Council project applications, and sort of talk to them about how they might collaborate with different artists, sort of develop their practice, work in new fields and new areas. So that's how we encourage collaboration, I think. Well, it's kind of chicken and egg, really, I think, how artists and the industry affect humankind. I think humankind has its experiences, which it must then communicate to make sense of. So people have told stories, they have drawn pictures, they have enacted key events throughout time, really. So our need to express ourselves is a fundamental part of the human condition. And over time, and industry has been sort of built up in order to accommodate all the various ways in which we do this, and to, I suppose, to a certain extent, commercialise it. But without the creative force, there would be no interior design, there would be no fashion, there would be no film, there would be no music, there would be very little of what we take for granted as the fabric of our lives, I think. I think the best piece of advice I could give to anybody who wanted to get into the creative industries is to take advantage of every single opportunity you're offered. Whether it's to take part in a shoot as an assistant, or to go and visit somebody's studio, or to go and take up a workshop place that somebody else has dropped out of, do it. Because it all counts, it all matters. You do something, you meet somebody, you get an idea, you get an invitation, one thing leads to another. It's very important to take advantage of opportunity.